Hello guys, welcome to the El Rasta channel. In this episode, I will explain the storyline of the series Swallowed Star, episode 153. Okay? Without further ado, let's get right to the storyline. Still located in the Devil Mountain area, Luo Feng dominated the direction of the fight when facing Pa Tuo. But Luo Feng had to be pushed back when Pa Tuo fired an E9 level laser shot that was capable of destroying a World Master level warrior in one attack. As an effort of self-defense, Luo Feng utilized the plane of the automaton race as his protective shield. After releasing his attack, Pa Tuo felt very happy because he was the one who managed to defeat Luo Feng rather than his other colleagues, who turned him into ashes. But in the midst of his fun, unexpectedly from the ground appeared a stalk of rattan-rubbed cloud, making the arm that was holding his laser gun break, and in the end, Pa Tuo was unable to move when the stalk of rattan-rubbed cloud entangled his body. Luo Feng had indeed suffered quite severe injuries, but he had still survived the previous laser shot. Pa Tuo gasped in shock, as he could not believe that Luo Feng was still alive. Luo Feng then took the black tokens that Pa Tuo had obtained during his hunt, which turned out to be 3,000 black tokens, showing that Pa Tuo had killed many warriors in Devil Mountain. Luo Feng also asked, who was the person who sent Pa Tuo to kill him? Using unusual means, Luo Feng tried to extract information from Pa Tuo by using the mental power of his soul to see Pa Tuo's memories. From there, Luo Feng found out that Pa Tuo had teamed up with Wu Qi and several other powerful warriors. Then, when Luo Feng tried to find out who was the person who sent Pa Tuo and who was the mastermind behind this attack, Pa Tuo decided to blow himself up so that the secret information he was carrying would not be discovered by Luo Feng. It was unfortunate indeed that the enemy that could be utilized instead committed suicide. But at least in that battle, Luo Feng managed to obtain a very valuable E9 level laser weapon, which could even threaten a strong figure at the World Master level. And for now, Bolin was still missing, Galesy was dead, and Luo Feng had been attacked twice. It seems that in this case, the target is not just one person, but also includes the entire search and rescue team sent by the Virtual Universe Company. The scene shifted to the Virtual Universe Company's monitoring room. Under the power of Devil Mountain, the company executives were unable to obtain the coordinate locations of the search teams in real time. The newly arrived Emperor Zhen Yan asked why the Virtual Universe Company did not send strong warriors and instead sent rookies to such a dangerous place. Venerable Nine Swords said that Bolin's level of consciousness was very strong. It was just that he was interrupted during the qualification battle that made him weak. In this case, there were several possibilities. First, the attacker knew exactly the right moment to attack Bolin. Second, it was a coincidence. And finally, there was a traitor. The scene will move to Luo Feng's place. When he was staring at Galesy's body, not long after, one of the other geniuses from the Virtual Universe Company who came together with Luo Feng appeared, and he was Mo Luo, who thought that Luo Feng had just finished off Galesy. In the midst of the misunderstanding, Mo Luo tried to tell the other genius, but there was no signal, so he would put up a body. If Luo Feng wanted to finish him off after killing Galesy, then Mo Luo would put up a fight. Luo Feng explained that after he got there, Galesy had already died first. Take a guarded stance. Mo Luo approached Galesy's body, and after seeing the large wound on Galesy's body, he was sure that the wound was not caused by the weapons Luo Feng used. Meanwhile, the wound on Luo Feng's body was not caused by the battle with Galesy, but by an ambush from an unknown person who had reached the Domain Master level. Besides, Galesy's power couldn't hurt Luo Feng, so how could he have killed him? Mo Luo's wariness of Luo Feng disappeared after listening to his explanation. Mo Luo believed that a good person like Luo Feng couldn't possibly kill his own companion. Luo Feng also revealed that after extracting information from his opponent, he found out that there were 6 strong warriors who had attacked. But Luo Feng still didn't know who had sent them. According to Mo Luo, from the incident where Galesy was killed, it meant that the enemy who targeted them planned to hunt down the virtual universe company search team one by one when they were alone. Therefore, to be on the safe side, Luo Feng invited Mo Luo to search for Bolin together. While Mo Luo was kept Galesy's body, Luo Feng thought, before he checked the information about Mo Luo, that he was an orphan from the South Fox Universe country. Relying on his own strength to join the virtual universe company, he passed 2 rounds of qualification, which allowed him to enter from the absolute beginning realm to the primal secret realm. This meant that he was able to get this far because of his talent and hard work. While Babata was still repairing the Galesy chip, which was 5% closer to completion, Luo Feng and Mo Luo left to continue their search. The scene back at the virtual universe company, where Venerable Nine Swords said that the insect race has always tried to curb the development of humanity, including eliminating the genius warriors recruited by the company. Unfortunately, the existence of these foreign races is difficult to detect. On the way, after Babata successfully repaired the chip left by Galesy, Luo Feng also saw the contents of the recording that happened before his death, while Mo Luo behind him also watched. On the other hand, Emperor Zhen Yan had previously received information from Luo Feng when he was on a mission in the Blood Continent and received a mysterious insect symbol from a local bigwig there. Emperor Zhen Yan believed that the symbol was brought by people from outside the Blood Continent, and the only people who could enter the region were people from the virtual universe company, such as the geniuses from each secret realm. And among the 9 geniuses who were sent to Devil Mountain, the traitor was one of them. So who is the real traitor? Those who watched the spoiler video must have found out. On the way, while he was watching, Luo Feng saw Mo Luo's face, who had already ambushed Galesy. At that moment, from behind, Luo Feng received an attack from Mo Luo, who showed his true intentions as the traitor. The attack from his caused a fatal wound to Luo Feng. But when a collision occurred between the two, Luo Feng, who was not ready to fight, was then knocked towards the surface. While staring at the Galesy assassin who became a traitor in the search team, Luo Feng, who was ready to continue the fight, was dragged into a death trap, which was 100 times more dangerous than the previous one. It turned out that Mo Luo had prepared a plan to trap Luo Feng in that place. In order not to be dragged further into the bottomless abyss, Luo Feng used the Yanshen stick stuck into the rock wall to defend. However, the suction power of the death trap was too strong, making Luo Feng unable to hold on any longer. Just like before, Luo Feng also tried to use Cloud's rattan-rubbed stalk to avoid being dragged into the hole. However, this was quite difficult to do. In addition to having strong suction power, the flying rocks also made it even more difficult for Luo Feng. In the other direction, in a safe place, Mo Luo said that the abyss of death would appear as many as 6 suction at a time. So there was no chance of staying alive when one was sucked into it. Just to bring Luo Feng to this place, Mo Luo himself had spent quite a bit of time and waited for the right moment. Luo Feng, who was in trouble, did not just endure. He again put up a fight, sending his 2 rattan-rubbed cloud stalks at Mo Luo, chasing after him and managing to push his body through several layers of hard rock walls, dealing considerable damage to him. However, the difficult conditions that Luo Feng was forced to endure made his consciousness begin to decline, fainting and then being drawn into a death trap. Reappearing with a body covered in wounds, Mo Luo will reported that Luo Feng was previously seen next to Galesy's body. During the qualification battle, Bolin also disappeared while dealing with Luo Feng. There was also a recording of the battle between Mo Luo and Luo Feng. which showed that Luo Feng was attacking him. Thus, Mo Luo was able to scapegoat Luo Feng as a traitor, as well as he managed to get rid of a strong competitor in the qualification battle. Even though this person's face previously looked good, it turned out that he was originally cunning. Back to Luo Feng, as his consciousness continued to decline, Babata tried to keep him awake. In that critical moment, Luo Feng also had a vision of his wife's face. Back at the Virtual Universe Company headquarters, the Venerable Nine Swords organized a problem to find the traitor and deliberately sent 9 geniuses who had the possibility of being the culprit. It was risky, but it was enough to lure the snake out of its hole. Without the interference of the Virtual Universe Company's higher-ups, the traitor would surely relax his vigilance and take great risks to carry out his actions. Venerable Nine Swords had also secretly dispatched people who would only act when the traitor was found, capture him alive, and extract information from him about the insect races and the mastermind behind his treachery. I don't know what happened, but when Luo Feng was unconscious, there was Xu Xin, who kissed his forehead and asked him to wake up. Like a bond, Babata also tried hard to wake Luo Feng up. She even tried to pull Luo Feng's body up even though she only had an astral body. After hitting the rock wall a few times, Luo Feng regained consciousness. He switched to Mosha's clan body and changed into shuttle, drill mode, and sword fist mode in an effort to get out of there. Because it still wasn't enough, Luo Feng even molded his Mosha's body into a Yanshen stick in the mode of a large pillar covered by rocks to plug the hole with powerful suction power. But it still couldn't work, because that place was the core of the center in the death trap section that had 100 times the power of before. Even the strength of Mosha's body was completely unable to deal with it. It was also true if Luo Feng used the power of the Golden Horn monster. Since none of those methods worked, Luo Feng would make a gamble using his Golden Horn body. But instead of moving upwards, Luo Feng instead moved in the opposite direction, towards the bottom of the trap hole. With such a crazy speed, Babata was sure that Luo Feng's body could be shattered into pieces later. Meanwhile, elsewhere, Wu Qi reported to Po Yu that he had seen that Luo Feng had been kicked into the ravine by his own friend. As proof, this time he also brought the video footage. From here, Po Yu found out that the culprit was Mo Luo, who had acted without her permission, showing that Po Yu had some kind of bond with Mo Luo. Po Yu here also explained that Mo Luo had the same mission as Wu Qi, and he was the one who had previously been waiting for the momentum so that he could attack Bolin. But Mo Luo did not know that the Virtual Universe Company had been suspecting him all along. In addition, Wu Qi also gave a report. After clearing the Devil Mountain area, his group was still searching, so the group would narrow down their search location and report if they found anything. Po Yu also asked Wu Qi to make sure that Luo Feng was dead. As for Mo Luo, as a subordinate who disobeyed and did things he shouldn't have done, Po Yu would then make him a pawn that could be discarded if she didn't need him. Back to Luo Feng, who was still falling towards the suction hole using his golden horn body. After a while, the suction hole finally closed. But Luo Feng was heading towards the surface at a crazy speed without being able to reduce his plunging speed. If he continued like that, then his body would be shattered into pieces by the super hard surface. This is where Luo Feng started his very risky gamble. Here, Luo Feng switched to the Mosha clan's body, which formed an ice bear illusion monster and landed hard and shattered into pieces. Then did he die? Of course not. Mosha's body can replicate the body and physical abilities of its target, like an illusory monster made of solid ice. Even if his body was destroyed, his consciousness would remain intact, allowing him to return to his former self. This ability was very powerful. However, when Luo Feng was about to move up again, The death trap's suction hole opened for a moment before closing again, trapping Luo Feng inside. The scene will move to where Wuka is still looking for Bolin's whereabouts. On the way, Wuka felt a bad feeling that was following her. It turned out to be Rongjun. Since the communication signal was lost, they didn't know who was approaching them. At the same time, someone appeared in front of Rongjun and Wuka from another direction. It was Mo Luo. Is Mo Luo going to fight them? Or is he just pretending to be a good guy like he did with Luo Feng? Let's wait until next week to find out. So that's the explanation of Swallowed Star in episode 153 this time, guys. Okay, thanks to those of you who have watched until the end. And don't forget to support us by subscribe, like, and comment. Final word from me. Bye.
老板塔，这是什么地方？我也不知道。鬼有现前，看来没有其他出路。
你小子走狗屎运了！你比我还是个国风有重大嫌疑。真眼王，你
不论几个邪躯传葬生至此，积累也一定会对别人。